I want you to count something. How many different tools, tabs, or apps do you touch to create one LinkedIn post? If it's more than 2, your workflow is costing you hours every week and probably making your content worse. Now, here's what I see constantly. ChatGPT, your LLM of choice, in one tab. Google Docs in another for editing because you can't edit in the AI chats. Maybe some swipe file or bookmarks for inspiration. Maybe you go to LinkedIn to find inspiration on the spot. That's the worst. Canva for images, maybe. Your scheduler to actually post, or you use the LinkedIn scheduler. Maybe a spreadsheet for tracking what you've published and tracking your analytics. And already we have 6+ tools. And none of them talk to each other. None of them know who you are. And every single post you're copying and pasting and switching and reformatting and starting from scratch. I call this the Scatterbrain Workflow. And unfortunately, it's the default for almost everyone using AI for content right now. All right, so let me walk you through what a typical AI content session looks like for most founders. You open ChatGPT, you type some version of give me LinkedIn post ideas about X. Right? You get 5 generic ideas, maybe one is okay, no, you need to write it. But ChatGPT doesn't really know how you write, doesn't know your ICP, doesn't know your offer, it doesn't know what worked for you before, it doesn't know your style, really. So you write a prompt trying to explain all of this every single time. You get a draft. Of course, it's not quite right. You should always edit AI content. So you copy it over to a Google Doc. You edit because you can't really edit in ChatGPT. And if you ask it to edit it for you, it actually takes longer and it might, change random stuff that you didn't want to change. Now you've got your post and now you need inspiration for media formats. You open bookmarks again, you open swipe files. Maybe you scroll LinkedIn for 20 minutes and get distracted. Finally, your post is ready. You switch over to Canva, you stare at the blank template, you open yet another tool to get inspiration to create that infographic, create that image, create that slideshow. You create something, you download it, and finally, you open your scheduler, you paste the post, you upload the image, and you schedule. Again, one post, 6 tools, 45 minutes. I've been there. And tomorrow, you do the same thing again because your system doesn't have a memory of what just happened. And really, to me, there are 3 hidden costs associated with this. Number 1 is the context collapse. None of these tools know each other. Your swipe file doesn't inform your writing tool. Your analytics don't feed your idea generation. Every tool is an island. So every post starts from 0. There is quite the mental drain in this as well. Every switch costs you copy, paste, reformat, re-explain who you are, what you do, how you write. The cognitive overhead just adds up, and by the end you're exhausted because you need to keep in your brain what the tool, the system, doesn't handle for you. So you're kind of like exhausted, not from creating, but from just managing the process. Number 3, no compounding. A human ghostwriter gets better over time because they learn what works for you. The Scatterbrain Workflow learns nothing. Week 50 might be exactly as hard as week 1. Now, here's the thing. AI is supposed to make content creation easier, right? But most workflows have just added more steps, more tools, more complexity. Think about what you actually want. You want to sit down, tell the AI what you're thinking about this week, and have it come back with ideas based on what's actually working for you on the platform, and to write what you have in mind in your style for you. You want to pick an idea and you want to have it written in your voice without re-explaining your voice every time, and with the tool learning and improving as you go along. You want to iterate in a conversation, make the hook sharper, add a story from my consulting days, and you want the tool to understand that. You want the image created in the same flow, not in a separate tool that knows nothing about the post. And you want all of this to compound so next week is easier than this week. Simple test. Ask yourself, does my current workflow get easier over time? Or is it the same grind every week? If it's the same grind, you don't have a system, you have a scatterbrain. Now let me show you how to solve that. So let's take a step back. What needs to be true? For AI content creation to actually work the way it should, you need the opposite of scattered. You need unified. You want one place, not six. Ideas, writing, editing, media, one continuous flow, no copying between tools, no reformatting, no context lost in translation. What does this mean? It means the AI knows your topic, it knows your voice, it knows your past posts and what's performed. You don't re-explain yourself. And it doesn't just know you, it knows what's working on the platform. It knows proven formats, it knows viral structures in your niche. It knows what other people are doing right now that actually works. So you're not guessing anymore. You have a tool that knows for you. And really, you're just having a conversation, not commands. You direct, you iterate, you refine, like working with a real ghostwriter, and you review what they are doing. And the ghostwriter will learn from the edits and will get better over time the more work you do together. So here's a mindset shift for you. Stop assembling content from scattered tools and start directing, conducting a unified system that knows you. Having one tool to do all of this was always my vision for Continent. But this week we have taken a massive step to actually achieving this by launching a complete rebuild of our AI Ghostwriter that ties all of these tools into one conversation. So let me show you what unified actually looks like. Everything is here now in this new Ghostwriter interface. And I can do awesome things here. I can say, give me ideas based on what's been working for me in the last 4 weeks. And bam, it went through my history, found a couple of posts that have been working and suggests stuff and now automatically generates ideas for me. To do this, it's pulling my posts, it's pulling from my analytics, it's reasoning what's resonating, and it's generating ideas based on that. Now we have a couple of new ideas, all have my context, all have my story. I'll just pick this one and I click to write, and now it's just writing a post draft for this idea in my style. I have nothing to explain, I'm just selecting. And here we have the post. Again, you can see it on the left side here. It is nicely formatted, it's completely written in my style. If you're spending more than 5 hours per week on LinkedIn, you're playing the wrong game. Cool. Now, obviously, I can ask it to do any edits here in the chat, and it will do so. If I want to do edits myself, I can just add it to the editor. I'll show you that after. But first, I want to show you how I can get amazing visuals. You see down here, it tells me that the post is ready and what the strategy behind it is, and then it suggests a visual that would go along well with this post. Currently, we have a couple of different options. We have a nice quote scene, which is what it suggests here, depending on your post. If it would support infographics, flowchart, sketch notes, that kind of stuff, that would be supported. And it also supports AI-generated pictures of you. I will show you that in a second. So for this one, it suggests quote scene, and I think it makes sense. So I'll just say, cool, use the big city one, please. And now it's just going out and generating that. It already produced a quote that it thinks would work well. Let's see what the result will be like. And bam, post is ready. Now we have a strong visual with it as well. It took like, 3 minutes to create this. I can add it to the editor and make any tweaks that I feel like I want to do, maybe tweak some numbers, maybe tweak a couple of sentences, and then basically I just hit schedule and I'm done. It's like fucking magic, I tell you. Let me show you what other visuals could look like. by looking at some previous threads. So this one would be an infographic that we generated, and here's one with an AI generated image of myself. Basically, we use the profile picture that you have in LinkedIn, and then I'm like, cool, please do a character image, and then it comes up with a couple of ideas for scenes and how this should be structured. And then I picked one, the relief and freedom one, and I think it matched that style quite well here. Another thing that I want to show you real quick is something super, super powerful, and that is, please find posts that went viral in the last 2 weeks about LinkedIn content. So now it draws from our massive viral post library, and it finds, stuff by other people that has worked well. And if I find one that I can relate to, let's just do Jasmine, and I click on rewrite it in my style, and now it goes out and rewrites whatever that post is about in my style. In this case, it asks for an angle to maybe tweak it a bit. Authenticity builds trust. I'll just give it that angle, and now it goes out and rewrites that post in my style using this angle. Magic! And here we have it. You're hiding behind your expertise, and it's costing you clients. It detected this as being a personal story, and it suggests the me in the picture. So, we could go ahead and create another image here right away. And really, that's what AI content creation should feel like. Old way, 6 tools, 45 minutes, start from scratch every time. This way, one conversation, maybe 3 minutes, and you have a banger post, and it gets smarter every single week. All right, challenge. This week, observe your workflow. Count how many tools you're touching, how many tabs you have open when you create content. Track it, then ask yourself, is it scattered or is it unified? Drop a comment with your number. I'm genuinely curious how fragmented most people's workflows are. And of course, if you want to try the unified approach, Content has a 14-day free trial. Link is in the description. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns on what's actually working on LinkedIn, and see you in the next one.